What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I wanted to have a little bit of a story time on a series of events that have gone on over the past 6 years surrounding some guns that I had stolen and leading up to today. So I thought I would share my excitement and disappointment with you. Let's get to it. About 6 years ago, I had just come off of a major injury and was just getting back into the workforce. We had moved to a small town in middle Georgia. I had gone hunting on Redlands WMA on a Saturday and planned to hunt Sunday. It was small game season, so if you know regs on WMA, at least in Georgia, if you are hunting a WMA, you can hunt pigs and coyote, but you have to hunt with the weapons that are legal for the season that is in. Small game season, small caliber rifles and shotguns are legal for small game. Like I said, I hunted Saturday, was getting ready on Saturday night to go hunting Sunday, had everything in the truck, doors are locked, had tinted windows. I come from a place where you didn't have to lock the doors. Apparently every place is not like that, shocker. So I get up the next morning to go hunting and I go to open my truck and I realize that it is unlocked. I knew for a fact that I locked my truck. I climbed up in the truck and looked in the back seat. Sure enough, everything was gone. They got a pistol, a Remington 870 shotgun, and a Savage 17 HMR, along with a bag of hunting supplies, like knives and flashlights and ropes and, all the gadgets. Naturally, I call the sheriff's department. Sheriff's department comes out. He's taking my report. He says, we've already recovered the pistol. Some guy was riding a moped through town, run a stop sign. They went to pull him over and chased him down, and he had my pistol in his backpack with some dope. So we arranged to meet the next day to get the gun back, and he wound up coming to my work, brought it to me, and at that point, I had chopped the other two up as a loss. The only two serial numbers I had were for the pistol and for the 870, but the 870 was the one that I wanted back. Not because it was the most expensive, even though it was, but it was a really nice shotgun. I love an 870. It was in pristine condition, wood stock, everything was perfect, even had it wrapped with camo vinyl to protect it even further. Years go by, I don't even think about it, and the day before Thanksgiving this year, I got a call from my grandmother. The Greene County Sheriff's Office had called my grandmother. Turns out, I had a different phone number then. I got their number, called them. He said, man, you're not going to believe this, but we've recovered another one of your stolen guns. I immediately knew that it was the 870 because that was the only other serial number I had. So I was like, awesome, when can we meet up? I want to get this thing back. He said, man, don't get your hopes up about this because this thing is a mess. So I was like, okay, well, at least I'm getting it back. Even if it looks bad, it'll still shoot. It'll have a story to tell. So this thing was in god-awful condition. So I asked him how he got it, and he said that a meth head had tried to pawn it. The condition of this thing really falls in line with that story. So anyway, let's check this thing out. So the first thing I noticed was they took the camo wrap off. At the same time, I noticed that they decided to change the color. Man, this thing looks hideous. Looks like they kind of had it standing up and, just hit it with some black spray paint. It's dripping down. Just overall looks like trash. So as I'm holding it, I can feel that the butt pad is just completely gone, and they've got a deck screw in the end of it rather than the factory screw holding it on. I also noticed that, I don't know if you can see, but you see this spring right here? Well, that's because the follower is missing and the spring is just coming straight out of the magazine into the receiver. But, as I was looking it over, I could hear something inside the gun, and I just kind of figured that something had broken inside the buttstock and was just kind of flopping around in there. So I've not opened this up. We are going to open it up right now and see what the heck is inside of there. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect. So, how do you tear the butt pad, slap off the base of it? a shotgun shell. I guess that was to have a last resort, last ditch effort, if they got into a bind and needed one more shot. So there's much more going on with this gun. I pulled the foregrip off, pulled the magazine spring out, and magazine spring's all bent up, but obviously the follower's missing. Another thing I noticed, that there is no choke inside of it. I could tell that it had been shot without the choke in. So I've got a choke that I had from 6 years ago that I'm fixing to try and see if it'll... Oh man, it's almost dragging. Let's see if it catches. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna have to clean it up real good and see if it'll go. Man, this bolt is all pitted. Let's see what the firing pin looks like. Firing pin looks good. Incredible. So you can even see right here where they didn't even bother to take the foregrip off to take the vinyl off. They just kind of ripped it off. So I'm actually pretty pumped up about redoing this gun. I'm not going to put forth the time and effort to refinishing the stock, so I'm probably just going to pull this thing off, get rid of it, and Cerakote the receiver, the magazine tube, and the barrel, giving this baby a nice overhaul. If you guys have any ideas on what I should do to this gun, I'm not going to turn it into some kind of tactical junk. I have other guns to protect myself. I'm a hunter, and this is a bird gun, plain and simple. So one last thing, while I'm restoring this, I'm trying to come up with a witty or catchy name to name this gun, and I'm going to put it in vinyl lettering down the side of the barrel. I've got a few ideas, but I would really like to hear what ideas you guys have. If you've got any ideas on color to paint it or a stock, hit me up, let me know what your thoughts are. So stay tuned. We're gonna get this thing looking right again and worthy to put back in the safe. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time in Rob's Man Cave.